Hello everyone and welcome back to Tech Tuesdays. This is the show where I round up all the tech news from throughout the week. We got a lot of phone rumors and all kinds of good gaming news for you this week. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting off today with the iPhone 6s rumors. One of the biggest upgrades rumored in the iPhone 6s is the new LTE chip from Qualcomm. The new LTE chip ups the potential download speed to 300 megabits per second, although in the real world you will most likely cap at 225. The chip is produced using a new 20 nanometer production process which will increase efficiency and lower heat generation. This could prevent the phone from overheating during periods of intense data usage. Apple is adding a new NFC processor to the iPhone 6s, although it is unclear what changes it will bring at this time. The new NFC processor could potentially feature a secure element processor, eliminating the need for a separate chip, which could coincide with the smaller logic board in the new model. The new logic board has eliminated up to 7 chips in certain parts of the board, which cuts the amount of parts necessary and increases power efficiency coincidentally. The chips that remain will feature smaller production processes, which will also increase efficiency. Images leaked from a case maker indicate that existing iPhone 6 cases will work with the iPhone 6s, as the 6s will only be 0.13 millimeters smaller than the iPhone 6s, unnoticeable to the human eye. The 4.7-inch iPhone 6s will actually be 0.13 millimeters wider, which could be for the new Force Touch panel. Even though we have some good news here with the iPhone 6s, we have some bad news. As of now, the iPhone 6s features 16 GB storage capacity. It is possible that it will not ship with this capacity, as Apple has used smaller sizes for testing prior to release and up the storage before production, but as of now there is 16 GB of flash memory in the photos obtained by 9to5 Mac. On to the LG G Pro 3. Rumor has it that the LG G Pro series will return this year with some walloping specs. The new phone will feature a 6-inch Quad HD display with a resolution of 2560 by 1440. The phone could feature the new Qualcomm Snapdragon 820, which could be as fast as 3 GHz. Although the chip may have the processing capability, it will likely need to be throttled. Qualcomm faced overheating problems with its highly anticipated Snapdragon 810, and it'll be interesting to see if it faces similar problems with its new chip with speeds that high. The new phone will also pack 4 GB of RAM, 32 GB of storage with support for microSD, a 20.7 megapixel rear-facing shooter, and a 8 megapixel front-facing shooter. The phone could also potentially feature Android 5.1 and a fingerprint sensor. The phone has been rumored to be quoted at nearly $790 USD. That's off contract. Obviously, no one would pay that much for a phone on contract. So, on to the Star Wars Battlefront leaks. On Thursday, a small number of fans were invited to test out Star Wars Battlefront at DICE. In exchange, players were made to sign agreements not to publish videos of the game online. But as people do, they don't listen, so several days later, videos began popping up of the game online, featuring main parts of the single-player and multiplayer. To combat this, EA assembled a takedown team to get rid of the footage from Vimeo, Dailymotion, and YouTube. By the posting of this video, footage will most likely be hard to find, but you can look around for it. Leaks indicate that the game will include a ton of popular weapons and vehicles. The game may also include character-specific weapons, customizable stormtroopers, and even different times of day in maps, and plenty of more features. So on to our last story today, the Nintendo PlayStation. Images of the long-lost and thought-to-be-dead Nintendo PlayStation surfaced this week, showing the console and controller. This console may be the only one left, as 200 of the prototype units produced by Sony were thought to have been destroyed. This unit is so rare, in fact, that it features a horizontal volume slider and an assortment of outputs in the back which weren't public knowledge. The console was supposed to be able to play Nintendo games and compact discs, which was the big selling feature of the console. The controller looks like the SNES controller with the PlayStation branding on it. The prototypes were destroyed after the two companies had a falling out after Nintendo announced it would be partnering with Philips at CES 1991. After this, Sony went on to create their new PlayStation, the brand of which still lives on to this day. The owner of the console is supposedly the son of former Sony chief executive Olafur Olafsson, although currently he is only known by his online persona DNLDBLD. He says he will attempt to find the power supply and power the console on for the first time. So that's it for this episode of Tech Tuesdays. Guys, as always, if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.